It was a quiet, warm summer in the suburbs of Portland, Oregon, the kind of summer that feels like nothing will ever change. I had just turned 42. From the outside, everything looked perfect. A beautiful home, a stable job, and a family I had poured my heart into. But inside, I was silently falling apart. My name is Melissa Carter. I married David 5 years ago. We met at a charity fundraiser. He was smart, kind, and recently divorced. His ex-wife had left him suddenly, leaving him to raise his teenage son, Ryan, alone. When we married, Ryan was 13, distant, guarded, and hurting. I tried everything to earn his trust. I never wanted to replace his mother, just to be someone he could count on. But for years, Ryan kept a wall up. By the time he turned 19 and left for college, our connection hadn't deepened much. Still, we respected each other from a distance. He only came home on breaks, barely speaking, always in his own world. I often wondered if he still resented me. Last summer, David had to travel to Singapore for work, a regular part of his job. I didn't mind the quiet. Ryan was home for summer break, and though we rarely interacted, the house remained peaceful. We lived like polite strangers. Then came the night that changed everything. It had been one of the hardest days at work. I came home emotionally drained. That night, I poured myself a glass of wine and escaped to my room early. I needed to be alone. I didn't realize the door hadn't latched properly. Overwhelmed, I broke down. Not in a glamorous way. In the kind of vulnerable, raw way we all experience when no one is supposed to be watching. I thought I was alone. Until I wasn't. The door creaked. I looked up, and there was Ryan. We locked eyes for a split second. Shock and embarrassment collided in that moment. He immediately turned and shut the door. My heart was pounding. I sat frozen, shame washing over me like a wave. The next morning, Ryan was nowhere to be seen. I agonized over whether to say something. Then, just as I was about to retreat back into silence, he appeared. "Melissa," he said softly, "can we talk?" He apologized. Not just for walking in, but for not knocking. He didn't want to intrude. I told him it wasn't his fault. Then he asked something I didn't expect. "Are you okay?" That question shattered my composure. I whispered the truth. "Not really." That conversation unlocked something between us. Over the next few days, Ryan started showing up more, sharing coffee in the mornings, helping in the garden, even cooking dinner. Slowly, quietly, we built a bridge across the silence. One night, as the sun dipped behind the trees, he said, "I never knew how to talk to you. When Mom left, I shut down. Then you came along, and I didn't know how to let you in." "I didn't know how to be in your life either," I admitted. "I tried, but I didn't want to force myself into your world." He looked at me, really looked, and said, "That night, I saw you. Not just in your worst moment, but as a real person." We cried. We laughed. And we began again. For the rest of that summer, we grew closer than we had in years. He told me about his fears, his anxiety about college, his dreams. I shared my struggles, how I sometimes felt invisible in my marriage, how I battled loneliness. He started calling me Mel, a name he once used with sarcasm, now filled with affection. When David returned, he noticed instantly. "You two seem close," he remarked. Ryan smiled. We had a good summer. A few weeks later, before leaving for college, he hugged me tight and whispered, "Thank you for letting me see you." That moment wasn't about shame. It was about healing. Because sometimes, it's in the most awkward, unplanned moments that real human connection is born. That summer, we didn't just see each other. We saved each other. And for that, I'll always be grateful.